At the moment I'm learning how to play the Panther F successfully and collecting some footage for my guide that will follow soon. Doing so, I already had a pretty good match with the Panther F that I want to show you and talk about my first impressions on how to play this tank. Welcome to my new video. So let's start as always. What is my BPM? The initial spawn cost of my medium tank tell me that this match is at the BR 6.3, so almost a full down tier match for my Panther F. At the moment I play the Panther F rather cautiously and as support. Either I use the good mobility to quickly get to a favorable position, or I help from the second row. The map we got is Poland with Conquest. So far I haven't gotten a full down tier match yet, and I think I will never see one since 6.3 is a very popular BR. But with everything I have experienced so far with this tank, it does not make much difference for now and I focus to play it as support. With the researchable rangefinder you can even snipe with this tank, but as always I rather like to move closer to the capture points to help my team. Since I'm playing as support I don't go to the capture point but choose one of the side streets. The village on the map Poland is very winding, but there are a few intersections where you actually always meet enemies. I started this match slow and first had an eye on the hill to my left to check if any enemy tries to spawn campers early. That's why I run into the T-20 as he tries to sneak up on my team from our end of the village. Now it gets very interesting. I could of course chase the enemy and take him out, but since the Panther F has such a bad reverse speed I have to plan my attacks wisely. In addition I was able to detect another enemy around the corner. And I think I will not be able to push this tank since the PT-76 got heat FS that can easily penetrate my hull armor. And, of course, just at this moment another enemy comes from the left side and sneaks through the streets of Poland. In this situation I decide to stay put and send some artillery to the PT-76. Maybe it will destroy the enemy or just buy me some time. So one tip on how to play the Panther F is to pick your fights and which enemy you can push. It is almost the same as with the Panther A, but the turret of the Panther F has a few prominent flat spots, whereas that of the Panther A is a bit more difficult to shoot through due to the round shape. Just a few seconds later the T-20 got destroyed by a teammate and my team is pushing the capture point. Now it is time to catch up and support my team by fighting the enemies in the side streets. The Panther F has a really fast reload time and you can use this to your advantage. When you can't take out the enemy in one shot, first make sure that the enemy cannot fire back and then take him out completely. The next tank I can take out is an IS-2, and I am pretty sure that the 122mm gun of this Russian tank would have sent me back to the spawn screen, so I was lucky to encounter this enemy from the side. Another tip is to use the good mobility and smoke grenades, especially when you have to cross an intersection. The smoke grenades are very useful to quickly get behind solid cover again. Normally you should always let the front point towards the enemy, but there are situations where this is not possible. Especially in close combat situations you might encounter several enemies at once, and to get your gun fast on the enemy you can turn the hull as well. This has actually helped me in some situations, because the turret rotation of the Panther F is not that fast. Of course this just works when the enemy is not aware of you. I think another tip can be to play this tank sneaky like the T-34-85D5T, but the problem is the bad reverse speed. Actually you want to avoid situations from which you cannot escape. Nevertheless the Panther F also has some armor that you can use. The front plate can only be penetrated by bigger guns and you can also let a shot bounce off. On the other hand most enemies in a down tier match are rather squishy and can be pushed. In the end we didn't win this match, but I was able to take out 9 enemies while not getting destroyed. Overall I think some of my first impressions on how to play this tank have worked. But maybe I need to play it a bit more aggressively in a match that is almost a down tier. I hope you liked my gameplay video with the Panther F and my first impressions on that tank. Sure, a proper guide will follow soon. Like, subscribe and leave a comment if you want to, and check out my Discord server for more information and to connect with other players. Hope to see you in game soon.